Dude, I did that gig for free for the first 15 shows.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's what happened. The UFC was struggling. They had just bought the company. It wasn't financially viable. They weren't
Who were
making
like
money.
their big guys at the time?
There was like Tito Ortiz, Chuck Liddell. This was like pre-2005. 2005 is when it really took off because of The Ultimate Fighter. That was season 1 of The Ultimate Fighter. So I was on Fear Factor, and Dana and I became friends because he offered me tickets to the fights. It's when they had just bought the UFC. So I would go to these UFC events, and I was a giant fan. So I would talk to Dana about Pride and K1 and like, you should try to get Sakurai. Do you know about this guy? Have you ever seen Fedor fight? I would talk about all these different fighters. And then Dana was like, why don't you do commentary? I'm like, listen, man, I come here to get drunk and with my friends and have fun. I work all day. I do stand-up, and I just want to come like whenever you have the fights and sit down and have a good time. So he talked me into it once because they were doing UFC 37.5. Now they're at 262.
Crazy, yeah.
And UFC 37.5 was Best Damn Sports Show, period. Remember that show?
Yeah, yeah.
They were doing a simulcast where Best Damn Sports Show, period, and Leanne Tweeden was in there, and I was in there, and they was helping to promote the UFC and kind of make like a big deal of it. And Tito Ortiz fought Chuck Liddell. Or, no, excuse me. Chuck Liddell fought Vitor Belfort. And it was like a big fight. It was a big deal. And he asked me to do commentary. And I said, okay, I'll do it this one time. So I did it this one time, 100% for free. And then he said, come on, do it again.
How'd you feel doing it? Were you comfortable?
It was
like,
fun.
I think I did a good job. And
I mean, I was terrible. If you listen to me today, I would say I was annoying. You know, if I would go, I'm not a professional.
Early tapes of anything you do are just the worst.
I tell that to comics when they're thinking about doing a podcast. Like, oh, I don't want to. That's me. Look at me.
Oh,
Fresh-faced.
my God.
Shout out to Jeff Osborne.
Kid,
my man
full
Jeff
of
Osborne.
piss and vinegar.
Yeah.
The whole world at his feet.
Well, look how excited I was. Ooh.
You really are.
But it was legit. It was 100%. Look at all that hair. Oh my God. I was so happy then. It was. I'm happy now. But it was. So I did that, and then Dana talked me into doing another one, and then I said, look. And then there was, you know, we never, and like, I remember my manager was like, hey, you should probably be getting paid for this. I'm like, I told him, I go, fly me out. I have the best manager ever, but I was like, look, I told him, just fly me out and give some tickets to my friends. I go, we just want to have some drinks, watch some great fights, have a nice meal, go get some steak. What a great night.
Simple pleasures.
That's what I wanted. I wanted a great night. And so then it was like 15 fights in, and then they were like, look, we want to offer you a contract.
Wow.
And then, you know, next thing you know, I've been doing it now since 2001. That's crazy.
Isn't it amazing?